Hello, welcome to episode 19, and this episode we're actually going to start creating our army of robots. So last episode we have a quick introduction to RedNet. We know how that works now, so we can actually start using it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our mining robot ready for the RedNet part of the program, so it's ready to receive commands from the computer up there. So we'll stick it down here in this little loading bay. So we're gonna have like a whole row of them eventually, but we'll start with one now. I put the program on this. Oh, okay, that's probably empty. Let me just quickly get rid of this before I get confused. This has the quarry on it, I believe. Yep. Okay, good. I can't believe I just did that. Right, we're gonna edit query. So there's a couple of things I'm gonna do first. I don't really have a lot to do with the RedNet. First of all, move forward. A while back I said that what I should do here is say, rather than turtle.dig and do it once, do a while turtle.detect do turtle.dig. And this means that if you're in front of some sand and there's a whole pile of it in front of you, so you dig once and the sand falls down one block, then you'll dig again rather than getting stuck. So this will help us not getting stuck behind piles of sand or piles of gravel. So that's the first thing I want to do real quick. And then we can actually get started. Right. So what we need is this turtle to ask for a job from the computer, and then if there is a job, it will receive that job and the coordinates it needs to go to and start quarrying. So we can leave dig quarry here for the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a function called getJob, and what this will do is it will contact the central computer, which doesn't work yet, we haven't written the program yet, doesn't matter, and it will ask for a job, and if it has a job then it will do that, and if not then it won't, basically. So what this is going to do is we're going to have a while loop, and we're going to say while job available, do the following. I have no idea what I'm even going to do right now, so this is I'm having to think to make this up while I go along. While there's your right, we have to contact the computer. Let's say that we already broadcast to the computer, so it already knows we're here. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't know. Okay, it doesn't know we're here. Somehow though we need to get the ID of the central computer. That would be handy. I'm going to hard code that. Alright, we already know the ID of the central computer. Not very very nice way of doing it, but for now that'll do. Doesn't really know. Alright, so we're gonna say rednet.send redbet apparently. Right, so first thing we need to do is we need to contact the computer and ask him if there's a job available for us. So we're going to say send, and we need the computer ID, so we need, don't know what I'm going to call it yet. Yeah, let's call him manager. Oh, that'll work. And ask for get job. Okay. And then nothing, because we're going to receive after that. So we're going to get a ID, which we're not interested in, a message, which we are interested in, and a distance, which we don't really care about. Rednet dot receive. Okay, and now we need if statement. So if message is equal to let's just say yes. So the central computer has a job available. So there is a spot which can be mined. So then we're going to have to do something. And else if is equal to no, then job available is equal to false, and it will skip the while loop here, and it will be done. And that, right. Before I forget this, I'll define job available at the top. It's just going to be a boolean value, which will start off as being true. Nope. And then if there aren't any jobs, it will become false. There we go. Scrolling. Look at how much code we have, it's ridiculous. Okay. Okay. So, what if there is a job? What on earth are we going to do? So there's a job, so let's say that we're going to receive the coordinates back. That might be a good idea. So we're going to have ID, and then we're going to say xquery dis is equal to rednet dot receive. Blink. Not actually so sure whether it's called xquery anymore, but I can't remember. I think I did call it xquery. Indeed I did, so perfect. Scrolling all the way down again. I don't think you can actually use end or home on this to go all the way up or down, I'm afraid. So there's a new job, and what we're going to say is that as soon as the computer has us ask for a job, it will immediately send us the coordinates of that job as well. So we have to do this like 3 times, except it's going to be x, z, and then the y after that. Again, ID y query dis okay. Right, so we have the coordinates now, that's good. Now all we have to do, I guess, is actually go there. And I guess that's it. That was easy. I thought that was going to be a little bit more intensive and interesting than this one. Okay. See how good it is when you write good code that works, and then you can just reuse it really easily. Write one extra function and have massive functionality out of nowhere. Perfect. So that's all we need. We just need to tell the central computer that we need a job, and if it has a job, then it'll send us the coordinates and we go. And once we're done with this, then we'll ask for the next job, because it just goes back to the front of the while loop again, and it goes get job, and it gets the next one. All we need to do, I think, in the dig query function, that's this function here. See, we go back to the top of the query, but what we need to do is go back home as well. So we're going to go to x home, z home, and then y travel. Don't forget, we need to do a safe little travel. And then we're going to go to exactly the same coordinates, but the lower y. There we go. So now at the end, when we've finished digging our query, we'll go back home, which is the location we're at now. Which, while I think of it, I should edit that as well so that it's correct. Okay. So we're at -134, 251, and we're at y77 at least. The title's at y77. Oh, and before I forget, let's check that we're looking west. There's the orientation. 4, that's correct, that's west. Good. Okay, perfect. And now instead of dig query, as our program is going to be, whoa, that's not good. And it's going to be get job. And that's about it. One more thing that I need to do, when dropping off your stuff, when your inventory is full, at the moment we don't change our looking direction before we drop our stuff, which means in this case we would drop our stuff right to the wall to my right, which is not ideal. So I'm just going to change that to make sure that when you drop your stuff, you are always looking towards the west, which means we drop it in the water nicely in front of us. All I have to do is actually find the function where we do that, which is a little bit tricky. God, move forward. No Control F, of course, so no searching. This is a look, that's good. It'll be under here somewhere. Go to... oh, here we go, return items. So before we drop our stuff, before this for loop, what we'll do is we'll look west to make sure we're facing the water when we chuck all our stuff out. And then we'll go back to our progress, and that's all good. Perfect. So leave this guy here for the moment. Go up here. Alright. Do we have a disk in here? Yeah, we do. Good. Right, so we're going to start a new program, which is going to be our controller. We're going to call it manager, I guess. Print. Oh, I forgot some important things. I'm just remembering. do this in a second. os dot computer ID, I think it was. Let's check that. Yep, that's correct. Good. What I forgot downstairs is the following: rednet.open right and rednet.close on the same side. I'll do that in a minute. Let's continue this first. So, closed it, opened it, it's all good. So first of all, we need to know where our jobs are and how that's going to work. So the way I envision this is I'm going to set out a really large area in which I want to quarry. So last time I started in that corner down there, all the way until somewhere over there. I didn't get very far, obviously. So now I'm going to start right here on this block. So that's going to be x minus 182, z 314. The y doesn't really matter. So this is going to be the starting position for all our quarries. And we're going to be quarrying all the way until, let us say, about here. Oh, wait, I marked it already. Clever. So that's going to be x minus 269 and z 214. Right, so anywhere between those 2 points, we're going to be digging quarries. And all the computer has to do is remember what's been dug and what the next spot is going to be. And we're going to go from left to right in rows like that, and then go to the next row. Keep going. So we're going to be doing minus z. We're going to be building 10 by 10 quarries as well. So we're just going to have to dump some variables out in here. So we're going to go to x start is equal to, we had minus 182, and z start is equal to 314. We got x end is equal to minus 269, z end is equal to 214. Okay, so that's a square within which we're going to be digging. I'm going to say that quarry size is going to be 10 by 10. I'm going to make them nice and square. Right. And we're going to have the x next job is going to be equal to x start, and the z next job is going to be equal to the z start. And I think that's all we're going to need for now. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Perfect. What I might make this is call it Q distance. So this is going to be the distance between the quarries, and rather than making it exactly 10 so that the bots are quarrying right next to each other, I'm going to make it 11, so that just like over here there's one space in between, so there's no danger of them colliding or anything like that. And it looks a little bit prettier in my opinion, a little bit more organized. So I'll make that 11. Okay. So we're going to start off by all we're going to do is rednet dot receive, and we're going to be getting an ID, message, and a distance. So now what we did downstairs is say that we were going to send get job when we needed a job. So we're going to say if message is equal to get job, then, so in this case we're going to send back back to the ID that we got the message from originally, so that's just ID, and we're going to send to them yes. And then we're going to be sending them the coordinates. So x next job rednet dots send z next job. And yes, I did see that I typed an R over here and get rid of it right now. We don't actually need the Y, which I did add in the turtle, but I'll get rid of that in a minute. So we sent that, that's all we need, and if job available. Yeah, so we actually have to check whether there's a job available before we do this. So I just move these guys over to the right one. Okay, a job available is going to be yes at the beginning. Available is equal to true. And let's see here. What I'm thinking is we've sent them the coordinates of the job, and now what we need to do is figure out where the next job's going to be and whether there's a next job to start with. So I'm going to make a function called I'm going to make it inside here. It's going to be called set next job. So I'll plonk that somewhere up here. And that's going to go something like this. So we're going to be moving in the Z direction when it comes to finding the next job. So going from left to right, so we're going in the minus Z direction. So our next job is going to be x next job is equal to x next job minus q distance. So that was the 11 I defined up there, which is going to be the space between the quarries. However, if we go too far towards the right or towards the north, we're going to like go past the border we set. So what we need to do is say if x next job is now smaller than x end, and everything that was x right here should be z. I'm just thinking, 'cause I'm an idiot and I make mistakes. No worry. Right, so that's all z. So you do minus 11 on the z of the job, and then if the z next job has become smaller than the z end, which means we've gone all the way past this point right here, we actually have to go to the next row. So what that means is our z next job is actually equal to our z start again, but our x next job will now be going also minus 11 is equal to x next job minus q dist. Okay, perfect. Now you may think we're ready, but we're not quite yet, because what if we've also passed our x border? So if x next job is equal to is smaller than x end, then just realised I forgot the then over here. Then we're done, because then we have gone through all of our z's and we've gone through all of our x's, and that means job available is equal to false. Gone through all our jobs, we're all done. So just to clarify, when we go past our z border, we go back to the beginning of the z, but we do x minus 11, so that we're on the next row. And it keeps doing that until it gets all the way to the end of the x. And once you go past the last row and you go over your x border, that means you've had all of the spots and you're done. But while that's not happened, we're good. Right. So that sets the next job, and the job available is false. That's only if job is available. But what if the job is not available? Else if, or actually just else, I guess. Rednet dot send. No, there's no more jobs. And in that case, the turtle will stop and stay right where it is. So I think I'm pretty much ready to test this now. It's a bit scary, I hope it works. I'm going to add some prints in here just so I know what's going on. Oh, I put this function... God, that's ugly. I put this function in the middle of the code. Okay. Not happy about that. Let me just quickly type this out. Blah blah blah, read or receive, yep. So I can remove all of this crap. Whee. I'll leave that up there for now, that's okay. Alright. So, set a print here. Waiting for query turtle. So once it receives something, it will print turtle. We'll go space dot dot. We'll add the ID dot dot. Needs a job. I'm not actually sure that the X I should only print that after I check that the messages actually get job, but not to worry, not too bothered. Job available at next job. Okay. And we'll print one more thing here. No jobs available. Okay. Okay. That'll do. Oh god, I hope this works. What did I call it again? Don't know. Manager. Whoops. If then. Oh, yeah. One of these here. Alright. He's waiting for a quarry turtle. Good. Keep waiting. Head up over here. So I had to add the rednet open and close, so I'll do that. Now I can't remember with these guys. I think it's on the left always. I think that they're always on the left. Alright. I'm just going to add some prints here as well. Rednet, get job. So we go print. Requesting job. We'll just print where the job is over here. Job at so we've got X quarry and then Z quarry. Close that off. So we don't need to get the Y quarry coordinates, there's no such thing. So we're just going to start a quarry on a certain level, I think. Or do I need the... Oh, I do need the Y, don't I? Balls. I do need the Y, yeah. Forgot about that. This might be a slightly longer video than normal because I will want to do this all in one go. Alright, I'm not too interested in the Y, but I do need to get that. And else... no more jobs. once we have dug our quarry, we have actually finished job. Okay, save that. There's one more thing that was important, and that was the ID. The manager ID. I don't have that yet, so I just need to go back up here, and it was 31 apparently. So I'm just going to hard code that in for the moment. A better way to do this would be to broadcast a message first, and then have the manager send you back its send you back a message that you know it's ID, but don't feel like doing that right now. So I'm just going to put it in here as 31. So I'm cheating a little bit, but one day I could change that to a slightly more robust system. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and try this. I think it's still called quarry. Requesting job. Oh yeah, and now it's going to get stuck, of course. That's because... Oh. Control-T. Waiting for quarry charts, that's interesting. Never got a... okay. Anyway, I need to send the Z next job as well. Well, sorry, the Y next job. And the Y next job is always going to be the same. I'm going to determine what it's going to be right now. And here's why I needed to change it so that it would dig multiple blocks if there's sand falling in front of it, because I'm going to make the starting point 68. And if once we get over there in that area, we're going to be digging through sand, which is going to be falling on top of us, so we need to be constantly digging. Right. Save and exit, and we will do a good old start the program. This is waiting for a quarry turtle. This guy is gonna have to try again. I'm wondering why it's getting stuck right now. I'm just gonna have to check what's going on. Right, so we're doing get job, that's good. It might be that actually this is right, that's another option. Computercraft, wireless, turtle. I might just guess that it's right. That's the only thing I can think of. requesting job. Oh, it's on now. Yeah, so it was right. That's good. Positive number expected. Oh, really? Apparently he's getting a negative ID or something. It's quite interesting. RedNet wants a positive number. I'm guessing it's talking about the ID, but pretty sure that was going alright. Let's try this again. I just want to see this fail again. Interesting. So it says job available, and then it crashes. Yeah, so it's failing at the send and then ID. So apparently the ID is not positive. Let's do this one more time. See, the total 22 is positive, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I'm gonna end the video here, and we'll continue this next time. I'm guessing this video has been like over half an hour long, so it's probably a little bit ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll continue next time. Hopefully I can get through all these errors and crap. But I hope you have some understanding of what I'm trying to do here, and maybe you'll manage to do it right in one go. But for the moment I'm a bit tired and I'm not managing to get very far. So thanks for watching, and we'll fix this next time.